Okay, everybody, welcome back to the Your Seder, Not Just Beseder series. We continue with the Lechtich Acharei Haggadah, available for purchase on Amazon. We're going to continue with another piece on Kiddush. Kiddush, HaChodesh, page 2. To fully appreciate the potency of our Kiddush, the Kiddush over the wine, let us examine another act of Kiddush that Klal Yisrael engages in, which is Kiddush HaChodesh, the sanctifying of the moon, the new month. The system of establishing Mo'adim depends on our identifying and sanctifying the new moon, as the Pasuk says, these are the appointed festivals of Hashem, holy occasions, that you shall designate them in their appropriate times. The word oisam, which means them, as it is spelled chaser, meaning there's no vav, it's aleph, saf, mem, there's no vav. So we have to note that that word can also be read as atem, you shall designate. The Gemara famously, some say, Rosh Hashanah Daf Chaf Hey, learns from here that the designation of Bezin is binding, regardless of any mistakes they make in their calculation. The sanctifying of the moon is wholly up to you, atem, without other consideration. Meaning to say is oisem and atem means that the power is in, Hashem gives us the power to sanctify the new moon. The Gemara concludes, atem afilu shaygim, atem afilu mezidim, atem afilu mutan. The new month is sanctified, even if you did so unwittingly, even if you did so intentionally, meaning you did it on the wrong day, even if false witnesses came and they were the cause of you doing this. In any case, what does the Gemara learn from here? Once Bezin proclaims the day as Rosh Chodesh, it is Mekudesh, consecrated. Although the day of Rosh Chodesh is scientifically inaccurate, the calendar, unbelievable, the calendar remains as Bezdin proclaimed it to be, with all of the halachas and ramifications. Yom Kippur, Yom Nuraim, Sukkos, Achilas Matzah, it goes according to that calculation, even though it's all erroneous. What does this tell us? This tells us something very much not trivial. It implies that Yidden, that Jews, can even eat chametz on technically Pesach days, because the cheshbon is off. They could be eating on a day that technically was Yom Kippur. HaKadosh Baruch Hu humbly says, the days of the month are in your hand. His people have proclaimed it to be correct, and the Creator, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, considers humanity's flaws and mistakes, and even makes them holy. Unbelievable. The Chidush Harim connects the word atem of our discussion, which we've just learned, the power, the control that HaKadosh Baruch Hu gives us. We see Hashem's Kaviyachal, his humility, that He's giving over the Rishus to call the days when it's Yantif. And even if we're making a mistake and we're eating on Pesach Chametz, or we're eating on Yom Kippur, Hashem says, you are the ones in charge. Atem, oisam, you are the ones that create, you are the ones that dictate when the Chodesh comes. Which is a huge, tremendous lesson in of itself, about Hashem's humility, about Hashem trusting us, about Hashem giving us, He's giving us the ability to recreate, to go against Teva. Mind-boggling. But the Chidush Harim takes it a step further. The Chidush Harim connects the word atem of our discussion to the word atem mentioned in the pasuk of Banim Atem Hashem Elokeichem. You are children to Hashem. A pasuk in Devarim. He says the following Kal V'chomer: if our pasuk where atem is merely exposed from a drasha, we learn that Hashem loves us despite all of our flaws, our blunders, our frailties, then certainly in the context of the pasuk of Banim Atem, where we are referred to as His children, Banim is beloved children, we can be assured that His love to us is absolute and unconditional. As we commence Leil HaSeder, beginning with the Kiddush, let us contemplate the power of Kiddush and its implications. When we realize Hashem's love and respect for our acts of sanctification, our hearts fill with joy that we merit to be His servants and have a whole evening of His service ahead of us. What a way to think, a mindset, a perspective to be in, and not just a mindset, not just a perspective, but a reality. That banim atem Hashem lekechem, how much Hashem loves us, even when we're doing the wrong thing. We're eating on Yom Kippur, we're eating on Pesach according to our calculation, but Hashem gave us the power, Hashem gave us the control. We see how much Hashem loves us. And as we're saying Kiddush, and we're saying how Hashem was Mekadesh us, Mekadesh Yisrael Bazmanim, it reminds us, it gives us insight into Hashem's love for us, and how Hashem makes room for our mistakes, our flaws, and He can even turn those into a reality and say, I forgive it, I overlook it, and change the reality of things, scientific, and say, you're right, you have the power. What an achrayus, what a responsibility, how fortunate we are, that we're Banu Atem, Hashem Lekechem.